fears come in and flood your mind, when you think you're going down, when you think you're not going to make it, when you think you're going to fail God, or you've not measured up, when the enemy comes in and tells you that you're unworthy, you're unholy, you're no good, you'll never get it, what do you do when the enemy comes in like a flood? You see, the Lord raises up a standard. Let me show you what that standard is. Look at verse 1. The Lord reigneth. He is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. And he's put on his armor and set for battle. You have to have a clear vision that your Lord and Savior is standing by. His eyes on your flood. His eyes on you. You have to have a clear vision of what God has promised here. I've not ignored you. I see where you're at. I see what you're going through. Look at me. He says, I have girded myself. I put on my armor. I have my sword in hand. And then read what it says, verse 4. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. God says, get your eyes off the flood, get it on me. I've got my sword in hand. I am more powerful. I am mightier than all your floods. I'm bigger than all your fears. Get your eyes off your fears. He said, I've girded myself. That hit me. I could hardly sleep. I picture my Lord standing over me, sword in hand. He knows how far it can go and no farther. He'll come and slay the dragon in his time. He's saying, now you just stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. You just put your trust in me right now. Don't be afraid.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Professor Achilles.
Hello.
Hello. What's up, Lupin? We didn't even have a chance to say hi.
It's all good.
So on the bottom, you can see Jeremiah and Ryan. They are working on something like a Lego, and they have all these pieces in different spots and different bowls.
That takes way more coordination than what I had.
He was able to do it a lot better than I was. But yes, he's been at work all day. He's a working man, and he finally came home. And I'm going to see if I can get him to go downtown with me and watch the Vols.
I said I need like 10 minutes.
Okay, it doesn't have to be now.
I had a very bad day. Okay,
oh,
Saturdays
man.
are very big, busy days. I had way too much to do, and I woke up at 6 o'clock instead of midnight, and so I was way too late.
Okay.
So I gotta go cry.
Go cry, and then get ready to go downtown and watch the Vols beat up on the Tide.
He sounds so sad. He sounds like he wants to stay in the house and just eat a pizza, Ryan. You guys can't watch the game at the house?
We can if that's what he wants to do, but it's such a pretty day, and Knoxville's such a fun town to walk around in. But whatever he wants to, I don't care. As long as I'm with the Buckinghams, I'm happy. It don't matter what we do.
I'll make it easy on you. What team are you rooting for?
The Tennessee Volunteers.
May Jesus help them lose.
Well, right now they're winning, so I hope Jesus does not answer your prayer.
Right. Well, there's some Florida State fans that are going to hate you now, Ryan. I hope you know that.
Oh
no, they're playing Tennessee Vols. But
yeah, they're playing Alabama.
Playing the Seminoles. Oh, they're playing
the Vols
Alabama.
are playing Alabama. And if you remember last year, today the game is in Tuscaloosa, but last year it was here. And when Tennessee beat Alabama, the fans got so rambunctious that they tore down the goalposts at Neyland Stadium.
I remember. Well, now let's go to Achilles to find out how to say all of that in Greek.
Okay.
Achilles is actually enjoying your discussion because it's giving me time to bring up some web pages. So because I have no preparation, but I did
Okay.
look up some pages and I wrote them down on paper because I was using the iPad at the time. And one of the links that I had to copy, that didn't work. So I just have to Google it, and I found that one. So I need one more. And
Amen.
I think I got that one too.
Lupin, are you watching any of the games today? Are you a A&M guy or a Longhorn guy?
Neither. I don't really pay attention to too much stuff like that.
That's really
Uh,
cool.
yeah, I know, right?
You guys are
Uh,
making me feel very carnal right now.
Well, Ryan, I don't mean to do it. I mean, you know my personal experience. I had revelation from God that it was an idol in my life. For me personally, it was an idol in my life, and I was a
Yes,
die-hard Florida Gator fan.
you told
But
me.
now I haven't watched but one football game, and I think I'm going on 4 years now.
Yeah, and that you inspired me to really tone down my Clemson fandom, including replacing the tiger paw that was on the front of my car with a Jeremiah 29:11 plate,
There's a
and I
really
got one for
interesting
me.
there's an interesting Bible study that my brother did on taking over the high places. If you notice in the Old Testament, there's a lot of mention of them building pagan temples on the high places. It's
Mm,
elevating the things of the world, the carnal.
yeah,
And what you did is you took over a high place. You took it from an idol and you gave it to God. You claimed that high
yeah,
place for God in your life.
yeah. I felt that was a very symbolic gesture, getting that tiger paw off the front of my car and putting Jeremiah 29:11 on the front of it.
It
I felt
was.
that was like a symbolic gesture. And of course, I've got a plate for the Buckinghams, so both our cars have that on the front of them now. Yep, yep. That was
I
just.
love your heart, Ryan. I do.
Well, thank you. I used to have a Clemson banner above my headboard, but I think I showed it to you one night. Now it says "Love never fails." It says that now. So I still like Clemson, but I keep it under control, so to speak, because there's a lot of Christians that play sports,
Yep.
and they have to take it under control. And I think we talked about how back when Trevor Lawrence was playing for Clemson, that's probably when I reached the height of my idolization. And people, because he had the long blonde hair, and people were comparing him to a Norse god or something like that.
Well,
And
I love Tim Tebow, and
mhm,
he's what got me into college football. I
mm,
already was like a half-hearted Gator fan, but that's when I really started paying attention because
yeah,
he was so good. And I used to say the most blasphemous things. I used to say stuff like he was the god of college football.
yeah, yeah,
You don't realize till you look back in hindsight the way it gets out of hand.
it does, it does. And like I said, people were calling, Trevor Lawrence, they were deifying him almost. And the funny thing is, when he left Clemson started losing games, and then
Mm,
he went to Jacksonville Jaguars, and guess what he started doing?
losing games.
Losing games.
Well,
Yep.
you know what's funny about that is the same thing happened with Tim Tebow. He
Hmm.
was like the mention of everybody. He was supposed to
Yeah.
be this great expectation in the NFL, and now he's a commentator because he
Yeah.
wasn't very good in the NFL.
Well, I see. I'm still not all that super expert on football, but I do know enough now that there's a huge difference between college and NFL.
Yes.
Huge difference.
Yep.
It's like going from middle school to high school.
Yep. I
It's
never liked
like,
the NFL.
yeah, like when you left middle school, you're at the top. When you get into high school, you're at the
You're at the
bottom.
bottom. Yep.
Yeah. So that's basically what it is. Hmm. Anyway,
So yeah, now I can interrupt you.
Okay.
yeah,
I do want to point out, I said this to Ryan, that I have been blessed very early in my life to not care for sports. Although you see me, you know that I've been a racer in dirt bikes. When it comes to the worship part that is happening today, dirt bikes are not in it. Dirt bikes are not that part. I used to play a lot of sports, but I never had a time in my life that I knew all the members of one basketball or football team. Never. Like I never cared if my team wins or if my team loses, but just to be with friends, I had to pick a team. I'm just saying that because telling Ryan that he shouldn't, it's like me being a homosexual and telling somebody don't like women. So I'm like handicapped on the issue. I'm like circumcised from the beginning of my life. So I don't have a say really. But it has actually helped me a lot. It has given me a lot of space to do other things than knowing that today there's football, tomorrow there's basketball, the other day, Ryan left. Um, that every day there is some sport that wants to take your attention from musing, because it is amusement, which means not to think. Now, Ryan, I don't know if you heard me.
I'm sorry, I accidentally hit the back button on my phone. I left for a moment. Sorry.
I was just concluding to the fact that I have been circumcised on the issue from the
Hmm.
beginning of my life gave me a lot of space to learn a lot of arts,
Yes.
like the telescope, like riding, like anything. Because what is happening is that Monday you have football, Tuesday you have soccer,
Hmm.
Thursday you have basketball, then you have I don't know, Formula One, which is on Sundays, and they are doing this on purpose. So
Yeah.
we are always getting amused,
Yeah.
and the word muse, which is being used in our Bible, I think twice, it clearly says muse on these things, and it means to think, to ponder. So amusement means not to think,
Yes.
and they are doing their best to have you busy with amusement every day.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Well, it's everything is scheduled to where if you're just a general sports fanatic, just in general, the entire year is filled with some sort of sport that you can amuse yourself with.
Exactly,
They have all
exactly.
the seasons for the teams to play are all complementary to each other, to where you can watch something every day of your life if you want to.
Yep.
You
So
know.
just throwing it out there that
Yeah.
it's okay to be amused,
Yeah.
but not all the time. That's all.
Well, if Jeremiah and I go down and watch the game, it'll be like a father and son activity.
Yeah, it's more of the contact between each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Now, if I was in Jeremiah's shoes, I would go for some Papa John's.
Mm.
I
Well,
don't know.
there are some really good restaurants in downtown Knoxville. There's a really cool ice cream parlor that we might go to. I mean, but hopefully we'll go somewhere. I mean, if we stay here, that's fine. But the weather's so beautiful, and we're only about 10 minutes from downtown, if that. So
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
All
what
right.
happens.
Let us know
Okay.
as we proceed with class.
Mhm.
So um, I will start if the class is ready. So I will share my screen and just go a little bit on what we did last time, what we talked about. Um, so last night we talked about the vowels, and these are the 5 vowels. And this letter right here is what you know as I, but it is being written like this, and this is the capital. So to make it fair, I should write here. Um, Let me see. Yes, I should have them both. Um, this is the right one as I have them here. Okay, let me make this a little smaller so the other one can come in. And then maybe I can remove this, make it smaller. So the same thing happens with the other ones. Although these are the small letters, they do have a capital letter too. And I do need to write it only on these two, on ita. This one is always in my way. Now I need that again. So no, you see the little problem that I'm having. But if I make this a little smaller, then I won't be having that problem again. So this is Ita, it is written, but it is hidden. So there, now that's better. I will make it smaller and even make the box smaller. So this is one, and this is the Ypsilon. Don't worry about that, the name. I'm just giving it to you for further info. It's not something you need to know. These are the same letters, but it's capitalized or not. Okay? So we have it here. This is the alpha. This is the epsilon here. This is the iota, which is pronounced E. That's why we have this up here, the double E. So we know that this is E. And this is O, and this is U. These are the vowels, and they are the 5 different voices that can come out of your mouth. And A, E, I, O, U. Now, for spelling reasons, E has not only spelling reasons, there are other reasons too, like plural. Has this, why is it doing that? Let me give it full power. So, oh yeah, it is actually sharing the screen, that's why. So these are exactly the same sounding as the one above, E. So as we said yesterday, we know this from words that we didn't know that we know. This is E, and this is how you pronounce it when you read the word Genesis. You don't say Genesis, you say Genesis. So E, and E. E. Genesis. So this happens on every other word that you have to pronounce in Greek. Usually you use and you do the same. I have another one that just popped in my head, synthesis. You know the word synthesis?
Yes.
So I don't want that font. I would rather have this font. So please,
I'll be
thank
back
you.
in 1 second. You there, Lupin?
Yeah, I'm here. I was getting the dog in, but I'm listening. It sounds a lot like Spanish.
Yes. Did you catch class 1?
Parts of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
We had a Spaniard with us, somebody who is educated in Spanish, and it was actually very easy for him. It wasn't fair for Stump.
Claro que
This
sí.
they look a lot alike, and the reason is that the Greek language is the mother of languages. So here we have the word synthesis, and again, we do, we do not say synthesis. We say synthesis because E, the Y, is exactly this one. It's E. Remember, these are the 5 voices. So we have 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. If you can think of another voice that can come out of your mouth without touching your lips or your tongue or anything else, just voice, tell me about it. But there is none. And this is the reason why this language is important, because the structuring of it mimics exactly what happens with the mouth. So, I'm sorry. We also said, Brother Lupin, that when you see this little couple of dots, they are separating the 2 voices. Because on this example here, this is the same as E. When you see this together, the A and the I, it is pronounced E. But if it has these 2 lines, then it's pronounced A, I. A from this one, and I from that one. But if you see them without those 2 dots, then this is the letter epsilon in the way it sounds. It is exactly the same. It is E. So that's why we have the lines to to know that although they are different letters, the voice is the same. So the E has four different ones. The E has one, and the O has another. So this is it about the vowels. It could get more complicated. Like if you are actually doing this in school, it can get more complicated. Like there are categories, but my job here is to help people read the word and not pronounce it funny. We might get into deeper things concerning the Greek language, but that will be called 110. Right now we are on 102, which is just the basics. So I think I can, because we already have a full video on vowels, I think with this intro, I can go out of here, but there's one thing that I would like to tell Lupin. Okay, how do I do? I can't do this. I have unfortunately to do two dots. So Lupin. Oh, I had them right here. I just pushed it aside and I had them right here. Let me delete this one. So this is E. This right here is E, and this one right here is E. It's exactly the same, sounding exactly the same. So when you see this somewhere, it is an E. But if you see the dots, if you see them here, there's something wrong with my neck, with my voice today. Give me a minute. At some point, I had to fix it. So you separate the voice just like we did with the I. So this is now oi. This one is oi right now. Okay, if I take this and put it over here, then this E becomes A. Okay, it separates the voices.
Okay.
And that is the name it gets. Separative is. I don't even want to tell you the name in Greek because it would sound funny. It doesn't make any sense. But the name we use for these two is separative. Like its job is only to separate. So it is important because not you. This reminds me. Someone gets in the bar in the English language. He says, "You come with me." Everybody gets up. Not you. You. One gets up. Not you. You. So we have a separation between you plural and you one.
Singular.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what the dot is. That what it does? It separates the plural from the singular.
No, but the fact that I picked up this box right here and it wasn't what I wanted to pick up, it reminded me of that joke. So
Oh, okay.
it was completely irrelevant. But what I would point out right now is that here, if you see, we have in this word down here, we have this letter. We have this letter. I will draw lines. Why not? I will draw a line to this. I will copy this line and make it that way. Okay. I will draw another one and put it here and bring it here. Then I'm gonna make another one and bring it here. Now it hides the one back there, but you can actually see what I mean. So these are all the vowels that exist in this word. I could actually delete the lines and make it in colors. Let me do that instead. Okay. So let's pick up the box again, get it out of the way. The box needs to be there so you remember that all these are E. All right, so I'm gonna turn this into another color. I'm gonna turn this to blue, and I'm gonna, I said, okay, thank you. I'm gonna take the same color, add it here. And the O, you see what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, not you. You need to get smaller. I'm trying to show you that we have one word down here that looks very complicated.
I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like a big word.
Yes, this is the word, my brother, that you had the discussion
Stump?
with Stump, and it means co-heirs. Remember it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is that word. That's where we picked it up from, and
Okay.
it means co-heirs because the exact word is kleronomy is the word, but it has this C in front of it, but we have to add the gamma too, and it becomes sigleronomy, which means co-heirs. So the translation was right. The pronunciation was completely murdered at that. We addressed this yesterday, though.
Okay.
Yesterday, no, previous class. Not yesterday. That wasn't yesterday. So now I'm gonna make this color for O, and I'm gonna come here and do that. And here too. No, I need the same. And then the only one left is the epsilon. Let's make that one yellow. Pale.
Pale, as
That's
in
not,
green, greenish yellow.
yeah, you could say that, but that will open another can of worms because
Yeah.
it's not. But anyway, you do see that green and yellow do have a pale in between them, but they are kind of distinct. But anyway, it's another kind of worms. Now, anyway, let me go to yellow here so I can go here and have the same color, which I didn't copy. Now I need to. And come here and add the same color. The reason I'm doing this is so you see, and you can actually be able to read it just from the connections that have been made right now. I'll just find a pink.
Oh man, I'm nervous.
It's almost the same. So the box comes back. The box comes back, and the box says that all these are pronounced as E. Remember, we have the voices. These are five voices, and this is what we're dealing with right now. We are dealing with the vowels still, and now we will go to the consonants.
Consonants.
Okay. So when it comes to vowels, we happened to have a word here that has a lot of them. So this is an E, this is an E, this is an E, but this is an O. So if you were to read this, I will read it for you. You would read C, it's an E, glee, it's another E, ro, no, mi, because it's an E. Now, the reason we need so many is because this word is in plural. If it was singular, it would have an S at the end. I will repeat for you, Lupin, that when you see this letter, it is always the S. It is the same letter, but when it comes at the end of a word, it becomes like the S that you know. But this is the letter. But now we're going to get into those.
Okay.
Okay. This is the sigma. We write it like this, but if it's at the end of the sentence of the word, it becomes like this. And this is another good example. We say Genesis. You have it up here as the same letter, and we just separate if it is the end of the word or not. If it is the end of the word, it becomes like your S. If it's not the end of the word, it is written like this.
Okay.
So here we have three letters together, which is the gamma, the kappa, and the lambda, which today we're going to talk about that these two create the G sound, which should be like G, because we have the gamma when it is alone, and in order to make the G sound, you need to add a kappa to it, and it becomes a G, K, which if you say it fast is G, because there is no letter for G. So this word with the lambda then will become sigli Ronomos. I will replace this with the original one. So the exact word is siglironomi. And the magnificence of the Greek language and the reason they don't want people knowing it they're trying to make it disappear is that it's all words that have been added together. And if you don't understand a complicated word, all you do is you break it down. So here, the exact translation of this is kleros could mean like fortune, but only in this word, not in other. Like kleros is the draw that you can pull from a pool of things. You pull one out, and that's the draw. So anyway, this is it's like saying plus together. The next word is let's just put here possession,
Okay.
and nomos is law. So if you make it one word, is those that together are righteously getting the what they deserve. So that whole sentence is being shown by one word.
Oh, okay.
And if you do not understand the word, you need to not immediately and not in 102 or even 105. Okay, this is going to happen slowly, but you will be able to break down the words into its sub counterparts and discover what the meaning is. So now, before going to the consonants, I'm just one thing that you don't know too is this little line right here. This is the emphasis line. Wherever you see it, it is an emphasis. That's why you know that you do not say siglironomi or siglironomi or siglironomi. You say siglironomi because this line exists here. If I take this line and I put it here, then you will read siglironomi. It's where the emphasis is on a word. And again, the word Genesis is not being pronounced Genesis, it is pronounced Genesis. And in Greek, it's because the emphasis is on the E, on the E. Genesis. It means birth.
Okay.
Genesis literally means birth, not creation, birth.
All right.
So the word reads siglironomi. Now, if you go at the previous video, at the end of it, we play the pronunciation of Blue Letter Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and you will see that it doesn't sound like that. So,
Siglironomi.
yeah,
Siglironomi.
perfect. If not perfect, a little bit out of tune, but yes, exactly that. Siglironomi. Slightly mistuned, but not wrong. You said it correctly. But the website, the Blue Letter Bible, says sugleronomy, sugleronomy, which is completely wrong. This is not an e right here. This is an e. So this is not an u because the u is up here. It's an o and then a u. If it was sugleronomy, it would be, I'm sorry, I pressed two letters together. It would be like this, sugleronomy. But it's not. It is sigleronomy. If you say it fast, it's sigleronomy. Okay, the emphasis always is here. Now, on my way to go to the consonants, there's something I want to point out. I only had 5 minutes to listen to something today. I looked at my subscriptions, and it was right before I had to go from my computer. So I saw that my friend Father Charles had a test. So I pressed play there, and I heard my name. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time for this right now. So I just spent like 5 to 10 minutes and heard what I heard over there. One of the things said, I will address the other things said, but on another show. Maybe I might join a panel and talk about a couple of things. But concerning the Greek, somebody was advised. Somebody else, please take care of who's coming in, who's coming out. Oh, the favorite student. Welcome. Did you bring your homework?
Heck yeah! Shoot, you want me to take the teacher's pet seat already, or what?
No, not yet, not yet.
No,
But,
no. I just say hello to you guys today.
hello, brother.
Because
Welcome.
I have been Achilles. I was up
Hello
till
from
2 o'clock. Till 2 o'clock listening to some of your videos last night. Oh my
hello
God.
from Buckingham Palace.
What?
Yeah, no, he's kidding. Jeremiah's house. He means I don't know why he said that. Buckingham's palace. I didn't get it.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Their
I
last
got it.
name is Buckingham.
Okay. Hi Ryan. Hi
It's a
Ryan.
joke.
Hi Lupin.
Hello.
Sorry to just burst in like this.
Uh, who has the babies? Who is babysitting?
I think that
Yeah, there's a
might be
baby.
Ryan.
Okay.
Hey, good
I,
night.
Hip hop. Which one? The John MacArthur video.
No. The ones oh my God, I saw the one that you sent Chuck. And then let me see, what were they? It's the one that you have A, B, C, D, E. You got several of them.
2016 or 2023? Because
Yes. I started with 2016, but then I
okay.
jumped to 2023.
Now
Very good
continue.
videos.
Thank you, brother. Continue on 2016. It's all information that I felt a responsibility to share, and they are there for you.
No problem.
So
No problem.
there could be things that you know, but I didn't know what people knew, so I had to clear some things out. 2023 videos are more like I wouldn't say less important, but they are more related to events, current events. So you need to catch up with what you've missed,
Yes.
which is starts back there, continue with the series, and it's highly suggested to anyone. But this is a different class. So
No doubt.
I actually looked in the studio and I saw that Steven is not here. He left.
oh yeah,
Um,
he's been out for a little while.
okay.
Well, I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to say hi to you guys. Unfortunately, the administrative, what do they call it? The administrative world, or the deep state, the administrative state has a
Mhm.
hold of me today, and I'm going through a bunch of files and stuff in preparation for some work that I have to do next week. So I don't have a whole lot of time to spend, but I got to tell you, Achilles, I'm pretty close to learning the alphabet already. So
All right, brother.
um,
Watch it anytime.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
When
appreciate your input on this because Greek has always been one of my goals to learn in life. So
Mm.
this is going to be a bucket list item for me. So
and I appreciate people wanting to learn because this gives point to somebody who's trying to teach it. So appreciation is mutual, brother.
well, and not only that, but I tell you what, for a Christian, I think learning Greek is really a like stepping up a little bit in your knowledge base of Christianity because definitely I can see where this is going to be very important for me in the next few years.
I
So
agree. I agree. And it also adds other beautiful things to your mind. One of them is that it raises your IQ because it helps you make connection between words and understand which one brings the other and breaking it down. And you'll see it's a beautiful language. But also,
it's a very historic language, absolutely, in a language that it really it's like a basis for a lot of like technical terms, mathematical terms, all
that's what I
kinds
would
of things.
say. That's what I would say next. That it is a foundation for a lot of things like other languages and medical and biological terms.
Mathematics. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, mathematics. You could say that. You could say that. But I guess that's the last one that I would come from my head. But for example, um, biology. This word comes from the word logos. Bio comes from the word life. So biology is the study of life. So it is a very important word. And let's not forget, this is a very complicated, not complicated, this is a very deep issue here because at the beginning was logos. That is what the Greek says. In the beginning was logos. Logos has many meanings. It translates to purpose, it translates to word, it translates to speech, it translates to written speech, and it's like God is telling us that at the beginning was all that, and Jesus being the word, and the word being used is logos, and the word logic comes out of this word. So we just gave one example why Greek is a very important language for people to learn and why the United States and other countries are educated against it. Like, oh, don't worry about it. It's very all Greek to me. Haha. It's not that hard. As you can see, I don't have a university degree on Greek. We are actually now at my first grade of school, not even
Right.
high school. So it's not as easy, as hard as they say, but it's not as easy as English. I will give you that.
I don't know about that. I don't know because English is kind of tough for a lot of people. But I'll say this to the panel. Like for example, love. The word love. I remember studying this a while back with a friend of mine, and love in the Bible is written as love in the English language. But if you go to the Greek, a lot of the times you'll find that agape. Let me just correct me if I'm wrong, Achilles, but like agape, there's
Mhm.
several different. Several
Well,
different.
now before you go to get the work that you want to do,
Uh huh.
I want you to see if you pronounced it correctly.
Agape. Agape.
Very nice. You don't have to shout when you see the line,
Right,
but
right.
go ahead again.
Agape.
as you can see,
Agape.
there is a struggle within you. Who does this? Somebody has to stop this sound. It's always in my ear. Where does it come from? I'm not in the studio. If I come in the studio, you get this matrix, and I'm avoiding it.
Maybe you have a secondary window open.
So who is doing that sound? Ryan, I think, and he just muted himself, right?
I've been mute. I've been mute.
It might be me. I don't know. I don't hear. I don't hear what you're hearing.
There's a lot of background noise, and it's not a repetition of like echo. It's something happening in the room. So whoever has people in the room, that's where it's coming from. Anyway, let me not divert from what we're saying. Did you see? Did you see that there is a struggle within you when you are trying to pronounce it, because what you read is agape, but what you've been told is agape. So there is a struggle. I can see it. You go like agape.
Uh-huh.
It's
Definitely.
it's not agape. It's agape. Agape.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the word agape, and in order to save you from the trouble of explaining to me what you want to say, let me just tell you that it was a pope who did that back in the 1500s, and he is wrong. He said that there are 5 words for agape in Greek. He is wrong. He is a liar. And the reason he did that is because they want to bring within the word agape homosexuality.
The popes, anything that comes from the popes, as far as I'm concerned,
Exactly.
you have to
Exactly.
cross it out.
Exactly.
But what
I
I'm
have exposed this. I have exposed this in one of my videos. If you want to check it out, it is called. It has to do with Eurovision, and the song is El Diablo, and I'm actually attacking the song. The video should be titled uh, um, El Diablo fan made video, and you will see a thumbnail. It's blue, and it has one verse from Ephesians on the thumbnail, which is put on your spiritual armor. So if you browse down, the thumbnail is blue. There is a face of a girl in front and the verse. So if you find that video, it is not on YouTube, but it has the link on the description. You have to go to Odyssey.
Yeah.
So at some point in it, I am also exposing that fact, because there is only one agape. There is no second word for agape.
Now,
But
what is the
but
word agape mean in Greek again?
love,
Love for
love,
your fellow man.
everything, love. But
Love.
if I add here friendly agape, yes, this is not the agape between a man and a woman.
Right. And this
Okay?
is what I was trying to tell
This is what he's done. They have created 5 words, which one of them is friendship. Of course, there is agape within friendship, but there is no distinct word for it. The
what I'm
word is friendship.
right, right. And this is what I'm trying to say, that in the Bible, this is what happens because of all the translations over time and the influences between people that had no good intentions. Absolutely.
I agree with
Okay.
that. Yeah.
There, for example, the word love can be in from what I remember, and you can correct me, but I remember this. Agape was one of them. Uh, eros
hmm
would
hmm
be another one, and that's the love between a man and a woman, I would believe, right?
It is, but not the love, falling in
Or
love.
the sex, or okay, maybe
No,
okay.
no, no. There is the distinction is that eros, or
Uh-huh.
otherwise written as erotas, this is the New Greek, and
Okay.
this is the ancient Greek.
Okay.
So what this one speaks of is exactly what you know as falling in love.
Okay. So
But
it's
after falling in love,
okay.
this follows.
And
Do you
then
understand?
right, right. And
It's
and
not a.
then
It's not a.
what
Yeah, go Go ahead.
Okay, what about another form of the word love? Agape is between, okay, it's everybody, but what about the love from God to man? Let's say that. Isn't that another?
Agape. Agape.
That's agape.
Agape.
Okay, agape. Uh,
Give me
uh,
others. Give me others.
and then let me see. There's another one.
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember it's five.
I think that there's three. There's okay. I thought it was just three at the time. At the time, I was just dealing with three, but there may be more. But what I'm trying to say to you is that in Greek, in the old parchments, in the old papyri or whatever, the old
Okay,
writings,
papyri. Okay,
okay,
that's good enough.
you would find the different words with a different meaning or the different tense or the different focus in Greek, but when it got converted to English they just stuck love in there. So you in the translation you're actually losing some of the meaning of the context of the verse. And that
I will say concerning this word that God is Himself agape, and
uh-huh,
and everything He has done for us is agape. The sacrifice of Christ for me is from His love, from His agape towards me.
right,
But the same exact word is being described if I want to say I love you. This
exactly,
is it's exactly the same word. Let me point out why they've done this. Because this, although it means falling in love, this is a pagan god. His name is Eros, and he is what you know as Cupid.
right,
So if you look up the Eros cult, you will realize that there is a cult about him that accepts homosexuality, and having the Pope direct people away from the true meaning of the word agape, and bringing this as an example that there are others, it's not a correct gospel to do, especially from somebody who works for the church.
exactly. It was a
Always
corruption. It was a
it
corruption
is a
of
corruption, exactly,
the
a
true
corruption of
text.
the truth. Yeah. So the word that God is between God and you is agape, and what exists between me and you is agape. The only difference is that when it comes to God, I will do this, God's agape, and between me and you, the only difference is that instead of God's, I say friends agape.
Yeah,
There is no other word.
yeah.
So
And another example.
In the Bible, if you just find the word agape in there, love, it will always translate to agape. Instead, if it says this one fell in love, then the correct one is eros, because eros is what happens at the beginning of a relationship between a man and a woman, and it's not always based on true love. It is what we would call a flinch. It could lead to something bigger, which is agape, but it could also perish.
Right.
This one does have a distinct word for it. But what you know about it is falling in love.
Yeah.
I know
Again,
one more thing. Agape considers everything. Love is blind. Love can blind you and can lead you into false roads. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Agape is pure.
Another example, because I want to make sure that these guys understand what I'm saying, because it's very important, really, to understand the Bible. Like the word heaven, okay? You can say the word heaven in Greek as cosmos,
No,
as
no. Cosmos is a distinct word in Greek, and it is written like this.
correct. That's exactly right. But if when they translated to English, they went and said heaven for that. Okay. Now there's another one. Uranu is.
Urano. Let me write it to you, and you now
Let me pronounce it. Let me see if I
should
can
be
pronounce
able.
it.
Yes. Let me see.
Okay, that's that. Okay. Ora.
Oh, no,
Ora.
you forgot the first class, which is that we have 5 voices, and this is why we have these 5 vowels. It's a, e, I, o, u. So when you see this, it's u.
Okay. Uranus, right?
No, because if it was Uranus, it would be written
Like that.
like this, Uranus.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember that. Oh, that. See, I'm still struggling a little bit
It's
with
it's
the
o. It's
oh,
o. Yes, ex-
Uranos.
Uranos.
Uranos. Okay, Uranos.
Exactly.
Okay, but there's also which one was the one for the atmosphere?
Uranos actually means sky. So
Okay.
actually, I
Okay,
would
what
like I
about for
would like
heaven, the third heaven, like the heaven where God dwells?
the
Is there
Bible. The Bible is using the word Uranos, and it is saying, that there is the firmament that God named Uranos,
okay?
and then it uses the same word again in Greek, but it describes it as God lives in the Uranos. So we have arrived to the fact that there are 3 skies. One is under the firmament, and it is where birds fly.
What is another word for that in Greek
Fir, fir,
in
fir,
koine?
firmament. Firmament.
That's a word in Greek? No, that's
Yeah,
English.
there is a distinct word for it. Yes, it is. I will have Lupin read it.
Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe Lupin was not here. This is the raw, which is R, and we are trying to get in the con, I can't pronounce that word.
Consonants.
Consonants today, but you see, I'm trying. So still, if you want to give it a shot, go. If not, let's leave it to the best student in class.
That's funny. That's funny.
I'll leave it
Okay.
to the best student.
All right. Let's see. Uh, okay. That's okay.
It's the sigma, s,
Yes. Okay.
and then it's a t. So then you have your e. So how would that sound? These 3,
Ste,
yes.
ste, okay. Let me see. Let me see.
Remember now,
Ste,
this one is
ste,
exactly it's this one,
stereo. Okay.
and
Hold
this
up.
is and this is the M. We're gonna get into those right now, but this is the M, and so
Stereum. Stereum.
you are
Alpha.
still
Alpha. Okay.
you are still
Stereo.
listen. You are still
Okay.
relating the letter E,
Uh
which
huh.
is epsilon.
Uh
You are
huh.
still relating it to E,
Okay.
but the word Genesis doesn't use it as E. It uses it as E. And you need to remember this horizontally in Greek. It's
Yeah.
always E, never E.
I'm
Just
struggling a little bit with the
okay.
way the shape of the capital letter and the little letter is. I'm still struggling a little
I
bit
will
with that
make it
because I'm working
make
on it.
yeah. We're gonna get into those today, hopefully. So I make it a smaller one for you. Good luck
Yes.
now.
Okay. Let's see. Uh. Star.
If I was to change this for this, would it help?
Star. Star. Hold up. Hold up.
It's the same letter. This one is that one, and it is the same letter. Should I
Stere,
make
stere,
this bigger?
stere, stere, oh,
This,
uh,
yes, we're going good. And this is the M. Mm,
okay. M,
yeah.
mu, mu,
And
stere,
this is
sterma, sterma, something like
close.
that.
Close. I will
Tell,
read. I will
tell me
read.
a little bit more and tell me how you
I,
say it. Let me see.
I will read for the class.
Okay.
Στερεόμα. Στερεόμα.
Ereoma. Okay,
Στε,
okay.
στερ, come on. Στερεόμα. And remember, where this line is on the letter, it
That's the
always
accent.
signifies where the accent or the emphasis is. So it is not stereoma, and it's either stereoma. It is stereoma.
Okay.
And if you say it quick, it sounds like. Go ahead.
Stereoma.
Ste-
Stereoma.
stereoma.
Stereoma. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
this is
That,
the word.
that
This is the exact word.
for firmament. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say here for these guys is that all three of those words, okay, all three of those words, when it got translated to English, in some translations, okay, in some translations, they all use the word, let's say, heaven. Okay. And this is where it can get confusing for the lay Christian, because those are actually three different forms of heaven. Okay. I guess
Uh, and that is actually wrong because cosmos,
Cosmos.
as
Okay.
used in the Bible, means the whole of creation. It doesn't say sky. It
What
says
about you, the universe? I thought
that
cosmos was the universe.
that's what it means. Creation in its entirety, like
Okay.
whole of it. We have a
Okay.
distinct we have a distinct word for it from the Bible, which is plasi, and this exactly translates to whatever has been made. Γιατί
Okay.
plátho, which is the verb, is to shape. So plasi means creation, and it means whatever God shaped,
Okay.
anything He created. So when you read this word in the Bible, it means exactly this word. It means everything that is, everything, cosmos, everything. So it is not sky. It's clearly not sky.
The next time I come to class, I'm gonna bring you some more examples of this, and then I'm gonna put the teacher on I'm gonna put
Yes.
the teacher on point so that he can explain it to us, because I'm telling you, this is all I believe that this is one of the reasons why there is so much confusion in the church, because you got to remember, you got to remember the Catholic Church
No,
denied
I completely agree. I
the
completely
Catholic
agree. Yeah.
Church denied the use of Greek or other languages for more than 1,000 years. Inside the church, they wanted to control the vernacular and the use of the word in the lay people. So they dictated that the church had to allow the priests to be the only ones that managed the word and spoke the word to the congregation, and that they did it not in Greek, where you have a much closer uh, relationship to the original text, but they translated it to what they wanted, which was Latin, the Italian language. Okay? And by doing that, they created all kinds of confusion that reigns even till today. Okay?
I completely agree. And there are a lot of people that if they are watching this, they know who they are because we've been talking with each other, that they don't want you touching their translation. They believe you work for Satan if you touch their translation. And my point is, if their translation does not translate accurately, then stop calling it a translation and call it an interpretation, because the translation should be accurate so hip hop can do the interpretation.
Correct.
If you have a translation that is interpreting, then hip hop is off on the wrong foot. He,
I'm following their interpretation of the text.
and then
And that
you interpret even further, but that's the job of a translation, to translate accurately. So
exactly.
if it's not an accurate translation, it needs to be attacked. People need to realize that, because God is the truth, and when you remove lies from the truth, you are not attacking God.
Exactly. You're not attacking, yeah, you're not attacking. I'm not attacking Christianity by pointing this out simply because this is what the Catholic
They'll
Church
say,
did.
yeah,
This is what the Catholic Church did.
they'll say we're splitting hairs and things like that. But even on the previous show that we did now with Stephen, we found a lot of different words being used in one verse that we
Exactly.
tried talking about, like the
And
Hebrew.
like the
Yeah,
word says, and like the word says, by their actions you shall know who they are. Okay, you got to understand that there is a history of martyrs in the church that were killed by the Catholic Church because they wanted to be able to read and speak the word, number one, and number two, they wanted to know the proper or the true translation, the true and more accurate meaning of the original text. Okay, there people got killed. There were thousands,
okay,
hundreds
okay.
of thousands.
Brother, although A, I agree 100% with what you're saying. B, we can take hours to do it.
Yes,
Let's leave it out of here, because somebody who only watches for the Greek, we're wasting time. I think we're gonna do another show after this because we feel like chatting. So make sure you do what you have to do and join on the next one, and then we can talk about this too. There is no subject that we have in plan.
10-4,
um,
10-4.
so
Absolutely. I
yeah,
just
okay.
wanted to say hi, and you know me, I'm just as chatty as Achilles.
You are, and I love that. I love that.
Okay. All right,
So
guys. Well, hey, I love you in Christ. Peace and grace to you. Enjoy the class.
see you soon. Goodbye, brother. Thanks for the input.
Thank you.
So, wow, yeah, I need a minute to organize my thought.
It's
Um,
okay. I'm still on the vowels. I, A, E, O, U.
Perfect. A, E, I, O, U. Perfect.
Okay, I'll be focusing on that while you can gather up, pick up where you left off.
So I'll just say again that E has 5 forms. This is the one, the first in the circle, but it also has this, it has this, it has this, and it has that. The pink one is usually used. When I say usually, I mean like 90%. It's being used to signify the plural if it is at the end of a word. So that's why we need a distinction from something like this one. Its job is different. E, eta, E, epsilon, and E, iota are just grammatic reasons, because you'll see this language is beautiful, and there are reasons that everything is written with these specific letters. I do think we mentioned one or a couple plasi. If it is plasi has an eta at the end, then it is a noun. But if it has an epsilon iota at the end, then it is a verb. So there is a very specific reason that all this exists. So another thing is to remember that this is e. This is exactly the same. When you see lines, these are exactly the same. E, unless we separate the voice. If we separate the voice, it's I. The same happens with this. It's E, unless we separate it with this symbol. This one right here, I can't pick it up from here. I have to go back to the title. The same here. It's E, unless we separate it with these two dots, and it becomes oi, which is pretty rare to have oi in Greek. It's a little bit more Hebrew, the oi. So, and the u, you will never find the dots separating the u. Never. You will never find it. Oi. If it is oi, we will use this. Because why? Because this is o, and if you take this separately, it's this. So it's this. So if I were to separate those two, this would be o-e. But we already have an o-e. It's here. It's the o iota, omicron iota. So I think we should move. Now, before moving on, I think before Hip Hop interrupted, I just want to say I did spend 5 to 7 minutes. I wish I could offer more. Myself, I mean more, to manage to read every misconception that goes out there, but I didn't have the time. And I think that was a test video from Father Charles, which means that nobody will ever have the chance to hear the misconceptions. They just fly out there in the air and then poof, they vanish, and people remain with the misconceptions. There's nobody there to correct them. But anyway, I did catch one. A friend, because he's becoming more and more of a friend, said that he will watch the show, and Father Charles warned him, telling him that, but no, this is not Koine Greek that he's teaching. It's modern Greek. So I would just like to let Father Charles know that right now we are at my first grade. What is for you the class that is after kindergarten, guys? Isn't it the first grade? Did I?
Yeah, it's first grade. Yeah.
Okay, so we are at the first grade. If I were to teach you Koine Greek, nobody would be in the room right now. You would have freaked out. But for me, Koine Greek is 6 years of high school. So if Father Charles is ready for it, I can jump him straight up to high school. But the Koine Greek with the normal Greek, the modern Greek, is the exact same language, with in contrast to Italian, which died, completely died. Latin died. It's a dead language. It's not being spoken. And then it turned into Italian. So if you know Italian, that doesn't mean you know Latin. It's a distinct language and it's dead. Nobody's using it. The Greek, it is a living language and it has changed shapes. The words are the same. So I will give you an example. But I can't jump you straight up to ancient Greek. So the word Genesis, the word Genesis in ancient Greek, it is this. But in modern Greek, it is that. Genesi. Okay, the difference. There are other differences. There are many differences, but it is the same living language. And if you are to start somebody in understanding it, you cannot start at them at the beginning of the ladder, at the end of the ladder. You have to start at the beginning. We need to understand the vowels. We need to understand the consonants. We need to understand why we call them what we will. You will see today, and that is completely equal to coin. There is no difference. So, at some point, I hope misconceptions will stop. This has to do a little bit with attacking translations. I'm sorry if people get hurt, but I will speak for the truth. If people don't like it, they can go believe whatever they want to believe. Like I have an email that's not from Father Charles, that it's a full page of accusing me of attacking God's word because I found errors in the King James. I don't care. I'm not attacking God's word. I am protecting God's word. If somebody doesn't want to understand that, they can go ahead and not listen to me. But I have a very specific job, and my job is to work for the truth, not for any misconception that anyone in the 7 billion people have on this earth.
Right on.
So,
Yeah, and don't think you should be apologizing if you're not doing anything wrong. And
it was an opportunity for people to realize. Now, by accident, I clicked here. Let me let you know. I posted about this. This is in our mainstream news. All of a sudden, I get something about Iron Maiden in my mainstream news, and it says the legendary powers of the seventh son of a seventh son. I've never heard that before. That's because I was never an Iron Maiden fan. And I read this, and it is just some stupid beep that Iron Maiden say. And then they are going on about why seven is a magic number. And once again, they connect it to Artemis. Uh, and I made a post about this saying that it does say about a lot of sevens. Now, here she is. But it doesn't say about the 7 vials that are about to be unleashed on people's heads. Now, that's a 7 they missed from here. But anyway, I just happened to click here. I have other interesting stuff. Like, I didn't know that the golem was a Jewish myth that relates to the Hellenic myth of Talos, which was a robot, and it is in the Talmud. And if something is in the Talmud, you shouldn't care about it. Like, I could draw a big X on this. You shouldn't care about it. The Talmud is not the Bible. The Talmud is the religion of the Jewish people right now, and it does not relate to the Torah. But anyway, I keep stuff open because when I want to use it, maybe for a video or maybe do something about it. Oh, I saw something up here saying about the Greek Orthodox Church. What was that? Can you please bring it back to me? Please. We have better things to do. Maybe it said about the Greek Orthodox Church that was bombed today in this also happened a couple of days ago. I don't know if it's too small, but this also happened. And there was a Greek Orthodox Church attacked by a smart bomb, in quotes, of Israel. And there were 18 people in it. They are no longer with us. And anyway, that's a different discussion. We're going back to the Greek. The reason this happened to us right now is because I wanted to get the tab. So you can see this, right? So I want to start here. We said already that the
I
vowels.
was using the restroom. I'm sorry. I was listening, but I couldn't respond or do anything.
Okay. We just said here that the vowels are 5, and it's A, E, I, O, U. All right, we got that down. So we have 24 letters in our alphabet. So what we are missing now is what? What have they done wrong here? It shouldn't be 18. It should be 19.
It's very small. Let me see.
No, I mean 19 plus 5 makes 24. And here I see 18. Okay, this one. Okay, this one and this one are combinations, so they shouldn't be here. Nor this one. These three should not be here. So they are forcing me to come and write this here. I actually did something like that the other day, didn't I? Here it is. But this has to do with the differences between
The
the
English.
English and the Greek, and I was trying to bring some connections. But anyway, I will. I will. I'm just gonna use another font. Okay. This is a vowel. This is a vowel. This is a vowel. Ah, this is a vowel. I want to make this one bigger. It's a vowel. Β, γ, δ, ε, ζ, η, τα, θ, ι, κ, λ, μ, ν, ξ, ο, μικρό, π, ρ, σ, τ, φ, φ, χ, ψ και ω. So these are our letters. And there is one that doesn't exist here because it is made of two of them. It is this one and that one. So that leaves us with 19. 3, 4, 5. I'm reading them backwards and it's messing with my head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we missed that. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is going on here? Why am I? Are you still in the toilet, Lupin?
No, I'm here. Why?
I'm hearing some very weird sounds.
I don't know what it is. Let me lower my mic just in case.
So anyway, we are going to focus on the other ones. And I'm gonna write them down in order to separate them. Let's just make this like this and put it up here. So I am not a professor, and this for me is first grade. And this tells me that the vowels are actually 6 here, and the other one, although it is a voice, it is not actually a vowel because it is two of them together, O and E. So that is the U. I will write it here. The U is actually separate from the rest because it is not a single letter. It is two letters. So we could say the vowels are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the seventh. But the best one we should say is that they are 6. It's these letters, and all the rest are the consonants. So, writing those down.
So vowels, would it be I, E, O, and not U? And O and U are separate because of the O and U?
Well, there is a distinction between a vowel and a voice because the O is actually the same. But just as I remembered it, the same website is using the 5 voices and calls them vowels. That's what I remembered too. But if we are talking about letters, I mean letter distinctions, then the vowels are those that are not consonants. Okay, it's those that don't require using your teeth, your tongue, your lips. So they are actually 6, but this one and this one is the same voice. The O is O. It's Omicron and Omega. It is the same voice. It is O. And likewise, this one is the same with this one. It is E. So if we could make a distinction, it's A, E. These two are the same. These two are the same. and this is distinct. So that makes it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth. I understand this could be confusing, but I think we're pinning it. Like there's a difference between a vowel and a voice. So that doesn't matter much. You already
Right.
realized that this is a, this is e, this is e, but this is e. Oh, darn it! I missed one. I missed this one. This is e. Let me delete the English. It's just confusing us. So these are vowels, and this doesn't exist in them. But when it comes to voices, this, and that is the same. It's the same voice, E. All right? And this one with this one, it's again the same voice, O. But in order to cover all the voices, we also have this one, which is a combination of this one and that one. And they say U. If you want it capitalized, it's like this. U. I don't like this font. Maybe if I change it, yeah, that's more like it. Okay, this is the E, the Epsilon. So anyway, let's go to the so the consonants. We separate them according to where the voice comes from your mouth. We have the ones that are called, I'm not gonna ever find the right word in English. Okay? The word is, you need to understand without me finding the right word. Let me put another font because the Greek one, first off, I will also use something bigger. Okay, in English, this should sound like this, en rina, but in Greek, it is written, I don't like that font either because it only has capital letters. I need to see if this one is good. It's pretty all right. But here we need the English E. So enrina comes from the word with or within nose. And it is the consonants that you use your nose for them to come out. I understand you don't put sounds out of your nose, but you will see that you do. It is the N, which is the ni, and the mi. There
So
is
your
a little.
sinus are like nasal cavities.
Th-
So
Thank you. I can name them like that. Yes. Nasal, right? Is
yeah.
that how? So we have this. Those what? I didn't want those to go away, but I made a new tab anyway. And I didn't want you to go away either. I thought I copied you. Copy, paste. So now I did. Okay. So the second one is dental. And its name, let me see if you can read it. This is the delta, and it's not a delta, it is delta. So what do you read here? Let me make it bigger. What do you read?
O de
Why
o
Why
eh?
did you change this to e? You said o here, very nice, but then you said o the. Why?
I was just trying to spell it out or
Yeah,
read it out.
Yeah, but I'm correcting the fact that you said the first one correctly, o. You said the second one correctly, the, and then you made it e. Why? Don't try to find a reason why, but it's
Od, od, odo.
although the ka. So this is actually a very good way to show you this. In Greek, the letter delta is not like a D. It is a V. We call it delta. Okay? So in order for a word to sound like a D, we add two letters, which is the ni and a T. So NT, if you don't have the E, because there is no E here. I mean, for you to say the letter N, you are actually using two voices. You're using E and Ni, N. This is how you pronounce this one. Okay, you do the same on every letter, but another example that I have is this letter. In order to pronounce I, you are using two letters, and the letters are A,
Mm-hmm.
I. And to be more fair with you, this is what is happening in order for you to say I. But in Greek, A, I is two voices. A, I. So to say N, you say N. And for Greek, it is separated. E is a completely separate voice. Ni, N is a separate voice. Let me go here and tell you that the way you learn, you will forget the second line, and you'll see that the second line resembles the true name, but it's not exactly the same. But every time you can say the correct name of the letter, you actually know the voice that comes out of it when you look at it alone. For example, it's always the first letter, alpha, alpha. So you know that when you see it alone, it is a. Now, we said this on previous one, but yeah, we're on the consonants now, and I should say this. It's not beta, it is vita. The voice is v, and it is one of the letters that has to do with your lips. It is the V for you, and we also have the P and the F, because for these three letters, you are using your lips. P, V, and Phi. So for us, the V is the second letter, and it is pronounced vita. That's why I'm telling you, don't rely on the second line here. It is some assistance, but it is almost wrong. You need to deprogram your mind from the beta, because there are some letters that we don't have, some voices, like the B, we don't have it. And the reason we don't have it is because we are adding two letters to do it. We are adding the M, which is M, and a P next to it. So this sounds exactly like the B that you know in English. Let me just write B so we understand and we make a distinction. MP in Greek is how we say B. Not the B, but I have to somehow show you the
The
difference.
letter B.
Yeah, yeah. The English, I'll just write here. English B is M, me, and P. So going back to the other board, we have alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta. I am saying them slow like that in order for you to realize that the first letter will always reveal to you the sound that the letter makes. Eta, theta, this is correct. You can use the line below it. It is theta. Iota, kappa, lambda, mi, ni, xi. That will be, I will show you about this one. Omicron, pi, rho, sigma, taf, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, ke, and omega. So when you know the name, you always have the voice of it revealed to you. But if you memorize it wrong, like B for beta, beta, it's not the voice. So that's why I cleared it. I said them once. It's alpha, vita for Greek, and then gamma. This is not gamma. So I remember I have this, yes, and I have it right here. But I will actually do something about this. I made this when we ended the show the last day. I just made this, but I wanna have them all for you in different. Let me see if this is gonna work. Good. Okay. So now I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna go back to the other one and cut this one, this one, this one, this one. I think it's enough, right? No. So it's this one, and this one, cutting them out, good. Adding them on a separate one. So now I can have them separated. What? Okay. And this one. So if I have them disabled, we should only see the first one. So in order to do the psi sound, we are actually adding, Lupin, mute your microphone and unmute when you want to speak, because there are sounds coming out of it. And if it wasn't you, next time you're going out of class, you're gonna stay in the corner. I'm just kidding. I just love this authority, man. I've never had it.
Yeah, it can get to your head.
Yeah, it's getting to my head. So in order to do the psi and write it, no, actually, we write it as psi, as you see it there, as the triad of Poseidon, something like that. All right, this is the letter. But
Yeah, see.
in order to pronounce it correctly, you need to realize that it is this letter, the P, together with the sigma. So it sounds ps, p, s, ps. As you say to, how do you do to a cat to make her come closer? Don't you go like ps, 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 ps?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the sound, and it is actually, if you break down the voice, it is these two letters. It is the P and the C, the sigma. Okay. You also need to forget that this is not pi. It's P. What is pi is exactly the mathematical number. And in order to be able to distinguish it from the letter, we call it pi. So forget that, it's mathematics. We are talking letters, and the letter is P. When you see it somewhere, you know it's P. unless you see it in a mathematical equation or in a circle. You know what I mean, not in the circle, you will not see it in a circle. But when it comes around the situations that have to do with circles and the equations, you will always pronounce it pi, but not in letters. When we are talking about letters, it's always p. Forget the I, p, because we are trying to distinguish the voices that come out of each letter. And if you say pi, then you're complicated the matter. Here it is P, and it is exactly like you call your P in the alphabet.
Gotcha.
Okay, so in order to make the psi sound, you take that letter and you add that letter to it, and it becomes a psi. Now, you will never ever write psi as P sigma. Ever. If I ever see you do that, you're flunking the class. I will ban you from watching again. I don't have the power to do that. I'm just saying it's very important. It's crucial. We have a distinct letter for it. What I'm trying to do here is to help you know what this weird letter is. It's the P sigma voice, so it's psi. It's written correctly, but people would call it like psi or something. But anyway, the same value applies. You have a P and an S in order to manage to do the psi sound. All good? I guess so.
Yeah,
I do think I overanalyzed this. So
it's okay.
I am deleting it, and then I'm going to how we make the B sound, the English B. As you can see after the equals sign, this is your English B. It's not the Vita, because if you look at the top left on the Vita letter, this is how we write it. This is the Vita for us, and it's the voice is V. It. I will do something here. Out.
I'm gonna step away for a second.
Okay. I will add here the V. Maybe make it like this. I don't like that. Let's do the matrix one. Yeah. Wow. Dude. So this is the V. So in order for us to have the B, which is used in many words, like looking around in my room to find one. I don't even know if there's somebody in class. Like if I'm actually talking to somebody, I'm coming to check it out. It's like I'm turning to your desks right now to see. Oh, yeah, I'm talking to myself. Okay, I'll take a moment. I'll check the. Okay, I'll check some comments. Hi, God bless you. Hello. Hello, Damian. And hello, Velvez. God bless you too, brother. And hello, SpongeBob. No, it's not. I don't even. Patrick. Yeah, that's Patrick. I think I know that much of SpongeBob. Nobody else saying hi. So yeah, feels like a lonely professor right here. But anyway,
I'm drinking a lot of water, so I might have to go to the restroom a few times. But yeah, okay. So
it's okay.
V is for B instead of B. It's Veta.
Vita. Okay, it doesn't matter. All that matters here is that you get the V part. Now, if you call it Veta or if you call it Vita, it's okay with me. But Veta is actually a name. It comes from Elizabeth, and we call her Veta. So yeah, that's a better one. V. So in order to have the B, we add two letters together, which is the me and the P. So if you say me P and you delete the E, it's B, which is B. You will find it in many. I found one, bottle. In Greek, it is boukali. So we use it a lot. It's not like I'm trying to describe how we will use the B if we had to. No, we use the voice B, but in order to write the voice B, you have to use these two letters. Now, it's not like the psi that I told you never do it. There is no other way to say B in Greek. So you have to do it. You have to write MP. I'll give an example, the one that I said. This is how the word bottle is written. Mbukali. Mbukali. Now, somebody could say that this has to do with Kali, the goddess, but this is a coincidence. All right, this doesn't stand here breaking down the words. There are people who find like different meanings if they break down words, but this is not always the case. It's in many cases, but it's obvious. Now, if you start breaking down simple words to find new meanings behind that, that's not even hair splitting. This is just evil. You're just leading people towards paths that don't exist. So bukali is the bottle. And in order to say the B, we always use this. I will change the color, make it like that. So this is how we can say the voice B. There is no other way. When you see those two together, then it's a B for you. Always.
Okay.
Just as you see these two together, it's a U for you. This is a B. MP. I will take this out of the way again and bring up the third one, which is again one that you will never use on writing. But I have it here to show you how the xi is actually pronounced. It is kappa together with a sigma. So it's like x. So let's just say you use the psi to bring a cat closer to you, like you go pss, 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 but you use the xi to send her away. You go like ksh, ksh. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's what we're doing here, and cats are reacting to it. I'm not sure if this language is universal, the cat language. I'm not sure. So I need a second. Your professor needs a short break. Not very long. Let's just take it to here. We don't have more people around here they could like throw some questions right now, but if you have any, feel free.
No questions right now.
So the two ones that are in a circle, which is gray, are not written. These are just there to help you understand that weird letter that looks very weird to your alphabet. The other one, the B, is written. This is how you spell B. But the two in the gray circle, you will never write them like this. If a word has the xi, you write it with the xi. And I have an example. You have this word. Wasn't that great? It was also in Greek. So anyway, you have this word. I need a fancier red. Have you ever heard of that word, brother?
Yeah.
So do you know what it means?
Yeah.
It means to be afraid of strangers.
Right.
How would you pronounce it, though?
In Greek or English, xenophobia? That's how you say it in English, xenophobia.
Yeah, but it is wrong. Because the X normally, no, it's not wrong as you said it. I know it's been called that, but it is wrong because if you were to use the X as you know it, it is closer to the original. Xenophobia is the Greek word. And it is separated here, and this means stranger, which I will write for you right below. Should I have it in black, or is it okay? Black background, I mean.
I mean, it's fine like that.
I think so too, but I can also add some shadow, make it even better. We can also get the shadow further, but now I'm just bragging, you know. But you also wanted some lessons with the video editing, so I guess this helps.
Yeah.
So
So Shin, O.
you have the help right below it. Here. How to pronounce that?
She.
You use the help from above. How do you spell that letter on its own without it being in a word? X.
X,
right?
yes.
That is the same letter with that one. The X is R xi. Xi. It's the same sound. So the actual would be xenophobia. So read the Greek.
Shieno.
No, why? X. You're you're getting
Channel.
to help you what I mean. You have connected in your brain this xeno to a xeno, but wouldn't it be more accurate if I wrote it like this compared to the pronunciation that you are using? Isn't this more accurately saying xenophobia?
Yeah.
But somehow we are using this and we are calling it xenophobia. So just because you don't have this letter there and you have the X, I'm trying to change it for you and make it sound more Greek like, which is using your English X. I will delete the emphasis here because I want you to read the whole word. So this is the word. So you can go ahead and give it a shot. You're not being tested. There will be a test, but not yet. Go ahead.
No.
Che, why che? Che is
Che and she are
what
different.
if what if I change it to this? Will this help you? Or will
Z.
exactly look at what they've done to your brain. You have a letter that says Z, which is not that one. Z is that one. This one is the X. And in Greek, it is just written like that or that. So
Okay.
this is the X. These two letters, I will use another font for you. I'll use this. It's okay. This is the same letter. This is the same voice exactly. I will use green. This is the same letter. But you also have a connection of it with the Z. You need to delete that connection. This is the X. So the correct is xenophobia. And in Greek, the only difference is that you have the emphasis on the E at the end, and instead of a B, you have a V. So it should be like, yeah, if I also change this to this, and you remember that this is not a Z, it is an X, and this is your English V, you can actually say xenophobia, but it actually looks like the Greek ni, which is right here. So I'm gonna delete that. It's confusing more. We need to remember the letter V is V. So I don't want to be messing up
Se-
with your mind. But
Xenophobia.
other
Xenophobia.
exactly, and other than the X that you are still, it's a brain thing. I understand it's not easy to get to it, but other than that, you got it completely right. Greek is a phonetic language. What you read, you just pull it out of your mouth, and you see x, e, n, o, f, o, v, I, a. Xenophobia is the word. Xeno, it's k, su, phobia. So xeno is the stranger, phobia is the fear. So fear of strangers. If you were to find this word and you didn't know what it means, you would recognize this as phobia and this as stranger, so you would understand. Not yet, I'm not saying vocabulary is needed to know what the words mean, but I'm just also pointing out the fact that this is easy to arrive to if you knew the smaller words. It's a stranger and being afraid of a stranger. So um, let me see my cheat paper. I wrote a couple things down. So yes, okay. I'll delete this from here, and I will just say that we have the consonants that come out of your throat, which is the K, kappa. It is the gamma. Like if you try to say gamma, you are only using your throat. No lips, no teeth, no tongue. Gamma. And he, which is down here. These three are getting categorized in the throat category. Then we have the ones that have to do with the nose, which are the N, our ni, because to say ni, a little bit of a nose is being used. And me, same happens with me. It's this one. Then you have the dental ones,
So
which
the
is
ni and me and me, the ni and me.
yes, they sound similar through the microphone, but they are different because in me, you are also using your lips. With ni, you don't use your lips. You use your tongue on your teeth to say ni. But on me, you have to use the lips. Agreed?
Yeah.
And this is another distinction, but I'm not gonna get it to those deep levels because there are. Let me just show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Okay, so uh, can you see this right here? This is the strength of a voice.
Okay.
Front ones are E and E because they come at the beginning of your voice. Back ones are the ones that are a deeper voice, and it's U, O, A. So there is also distinction whether how much you touch the upper part of your mouth, like to say kappa or to say he. There is, you see what I'm saying? There is this goes very deep, but I'm trying to stick to basics. So in here we have this word, I can actually, I will take this. Oh my God, I can't do this on this browser. Oh, I have another method. I have this tool right here. I'll take a snippet, take it here, and then save the snippet in my downloads right here. Okay, and then go open it up here. And come to it so I can write on top of it, scale the frame. No, it doesn't matter. The frame blend has to do with the video anyway, but I'll scale the frame size. And then I will do a new title so we can have it on full screen and write to it. So, okay, do you have any word for, okay, throat is good enough to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are multiple levels of difficulty for me, because I don't have like a book. I did discover one grammar book that I had in high school, which is on Koine Greek. For those that Gusfraba. It is on Koine Greek, what I found, and it does give me a lot of the things I could have used at the beginning, like looking at the first page of it, which says intro. It does exactly what we've done in class A and class B. It says a, e, I, o, u, and then the consonants. But for example, I will read the voices that come with the mouth completely closed or somewhere blocked with the help of your vocal cords of your throat, but also part of the mouth or of the nose where the air is coming out finds some blockage, they are called consonants. So the vowels are the voices without being blocked. Anyway, I mean, I could use the book, but I'm actually only if I get confused about something, I have it right here to open it up. But it's on Koine Greek. I will repeat that. But anyway, I'll find my. I rarely throw books away, but I've traveled to probably 7 different homes from the time I was in first grade. So it's kind of hard to find that one. And that's why I have a book that speaks about voices, because it is the ancient Greek, and I got that in high school. But when it comes to the foundational things that we are talking about, it's way too young to even have a copy of it. But to become more professional, I could actually go out and purchase one. But we're not.
You're doing fine. I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah. So lips. I'll add lips here, and then I'll add teeth here. Now, okay, I will actually not add anymore because this says little voice, this says middle, and this says deeper voice. So I don't want to get into that level and get you more confused.
It's okay. I have family coming over here in a little bit. I'm gonna have to step. I'm gonna have to step away. I'm just giving you a heads up.
It's okay. I will just continue up to a point that I think it's good enough and end it. So
Sounds good.
thanks for sticking in. Because, as I said earlier, if I say something that I believe it makes sense to somebody who has never heard it before, maybe doesn't make sense, and I need someone to point out that what I didn't catch that, so I can repeat it. If not, I might just say things that you will not understand and think that you got them.
Yeah, that could happen with languages.
So I'm gonna take these three. Lupin, because you also are interested in video editing. I don't know. I've heard about that program that we talked about, DaVinci, that it uses a completely different dimension. So this it's not like the programs that existed, but in these programs, everything that is under this line, red line, will appear on the monitor. Like if I do this like that, this one appears. Now this one too. Now this one too. And if I go over a place where they all exist, they all appear together. But if I am to put this on top, it hides the rest because it is an image.
Okay.
Okay, but if I were to put this one on top, doesn't change anything. It's just the order of, like if I take one of those and put it here, now it matters the positioning that it is. Now you can read lips, but now you can read throat. It hides the lips because the lips is below it. All right. And another thing that matters is that everything is an entity, and an entity has properties. So here are the properties for the entity. I can make it bigger, and this entity could be a text which is over us, and I can make it bigger. I can change its position. I can change its rotation, and the same happens with a video. If I take a video from here and just make a very small one, I'll just take this, whatever. Uh, it's too big. I didn't want to. I'm afraid I might hide something at the end of my monitor. That's why I'm making it small. So this is also a video. And if I take the video now and go here, it has the same properties with everything. I can rotate it. I can make it bigger. I can change its position. And then there are these around here that give different effects and stuff like that to anything. It can do the same. Everything is the same. Everything is an entity. And
Gotcha.
okay. I mean, it's not too hard, but now we're on the Greek. So I'll go back to make the teeth go where it's supposed to be. Okay, so this is the distinction that I would like to stay focused on. I'm going again back because I forgot one, which is what comes from the nose. Okay, did I paste it more times? Yes, I did. So nose. Nose is here. These are called liquid, but it's again another distinction that I would leave out for now. And here we have the double ones. But again, as you saw, I picked this out of a website, and there are things that I don't enjoy. Like I understand why xi and psi is a double one because we addressed it. Okay, but z, I'm not sure it is a double one. I don't understand how it is a double one. And in order to verify the website, I will have to check the book because it doesn't sound for a double one to me. I know xi is a double one, psi is the other double one, but I first time I see z as being here. Like for me, z should be with the teeth. Z. You use your tongue close to your teeth to get it. But anyway, let me put the other words up there. Here's this one. Here's that one. And we're gonna need a new layer. And here's that one. We can actually make it much, much shorter. We don't need all that. I'll make it all here. And there, and there, and there, and there. So now we have all of them here. So again, and this is an almost okay place to stop it because we did waste a lot of time discussing about different things again. Because my purpose today was to show you the combinations also. But I know now that the combinations is at least another half hour to just mention them. So without questions. So I think I should leave it for the next class and just rename the title of the video to consonants.
Sounds good. Yeah,
So
the combinations is a lesson all on its own.
I think so. I think so too. Not on its own, but if I'm taking 2 hours to talk about the consonants, yeah, maybe. But we already touched about one of them for sure, which is how to make the B sound. We did get that. But anyway, for those that will be watching the video now or later, these are the letters that have to do with your throat. You can practice it. You can see that it's kappa, gamma, chi. These three require lips. If at the war somebody wanted to punish you and cut your lips, you are not able to say these three letters. There is no way to say them. It's P. I know that was very tragic, very graphic. I know, I know.
Makes sense though. Yeah.
Yeah. Vita requires your teeth on your lip. Phi, the same. Um, and we go to the teeth. It's T, delta, theta. The liquid one, let's just say that these are the liquid ones, which is lambda and rho. I don't have any liquid in my mouth to say it. Let me drink some soda to see. No, I actually can't say rho with soda in my mouth. But
Bro.
yeah, I don't know why they call it that. So nose is the other one I wanted to point out. It's me and ni. And now this website says also is the gamma if it comes before letters kappa, gamma, chi, and xi, but the letter gamma will never come before kappa, ever. It will never come after chi, ever, and it will never come after xi. What you will see, and I will mention it earlier, I'm sorry, I will mention it on the next video, is that just as we said that we don't have a letter for B, we also don't have a letter for G. For how, like I have gamma, but I don't have gamma. There is no way with one letter to say gamma.
Okay.
In order to pronounce the voice g, we use either two of those together, which is gamma plus gamma, or yeah, actually, I'm sorry, gamma plus kappa. So gamma plus kappa, and second case, gamma plus gamma, they create the voice g. There are two ways to do that. In contrast to the B that we saw, which is always one, it's the me and the P. In the G case, there are two ways to do that. It's gamma and gamma, or gamma and kappa. Now, these two are never coming after gamma. Yes, no. In ancient Greek, there are cases way, way, way out of our scope, like Styx, And it says that if you find the gamma before those four, then it is considered, instead of a throat letter, being a nose letter. So it doesn't even matter much. But it's true, because I said that it's never possible. So I'm taking that back, because what you know as the river uh, Styx,
The river speaks.
nope, the river Styx. Have you ever heard of that river?
No, I've heard of the band, but okay. Sticks,
Okay,
yes.
that's where they got the name. So it is the river where Achilles was dipped down and he got his immortality. And it is poisonous water, and there is also a high chance that it is used for the poison that killed Alexander the Great. It is the river Styx. So this
Okay.
has to do in Greek it is. I hate that font. I will change it. But it actually creates a big gap for you to. It's good for beginner class. Anyway, Stigs is how it's um, spelled in the first voice. Now that's something that I do need to look up how they are called in English. Like we have. Let me. If I am to say the river, then it is Styx. But if I was to say of that river, then her name is like this. Of. Come on, you're messing me up. What do you want? A space? Wow, it needs the box to be bigger. But I can also deal with just disabling this and go back so I can see the box. Okay, that's what I wanted. So this is the. I don't remember how it's called in English. That's why I do have to look that up. If I maybe it doesn't even exist in English, because if I say yeah, no, it doesn't exist. Like if we say mouse, the mouse. If I want to say of the mouse, the word mouse never changes, but in Greek it does. Uh, it's like e.
Okay.
Steve.
I let hip hop in. I have family coming over. I got to take care of a couple things before they get over here, man.
Okay, my bro. Okay, okay. Take care. Thank you very much
sorry,
for.
sorry, bro. I was trying to let you know. Interesting though. I'm gonna play this back. I'm gonna watch the other episode to get a little bit more into it. But
Okay,
I got a bit of this here.
okay,
I also speak a little bit of Spanish, so that is also maybe causing a little bit of confusion for me. But it's okay. We'll get to it whenever we get to it.
okay, my bro. Take
Hey,
care.
Lupin. Hey, Lupin, before you go, I'm trying to send a text message or in the chat, but I'm having a hard time. I've got it written in, but it doesn't allow me to send it with the little flyer. What am I doing wrong?
You're trying to
Uh,
send a text message in YouTube,
Not a text message, a chat message.
and what? Can you Control C, Control V, copy and paste?
No, I don't know what's up with it. I just wanted to send that message. I really didn't want to come into the panel because I'm like I said, I'm still kind of busy. But I'll just send it another time. It's okay, no big deal.
I can. What do you want to send the link? Lupin, you can go, brother.
Yeah, I got you.
Damian, who is also helping me to pronounce his name, is giving you how the xenophobia is written, is spelled, is pronounced. He's
Yeah,
helping you out.
yeah, I saw
Okay.
that.
yeah, like your brain was like stuck, right?
Sen,
No, it's not send.
sen.
Like
Yes.
we need to deprogram that. We need to deprogram it. It's K and S. It's X, X.
Yeah, I got you.
Forget the Z. Delete it. All
Okay,
right. When
deleted.
next time you come to class, you better have forgotten it. All right.
Forgot what?
The Z.
You
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
get. You didn't get it.
Got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Gotta go.
I'm slow. So yeah. So hip hop. I can read your message that says this. Uh, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Is that what you were saying?
You know what? You read the one that says, "Hello, beloved Theophilus." Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Both you and Damian, are you sure you have the chat to all chat and not top chat?
No, I think I realize what the problem is that I put too much too many characters in the chat box, so that's probably why it's not allowing me to.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah. You
I
have.
guess I'm chatty. I guess I'm chatty even in the message box. Oh my God!
Okay. Let me write in the comments the correct way to pronounce this word that you wrote. Um, it
That
is
I wrote.
exactly the same, but not OU. So I'm writing it in chat, but I need to refrain from doing that because it's also showing it on three channels. But it is Theophilos is the Greek word for it.
Right.
So the only thing that is different is that you that they have added there for English. It doesn't exist. It's Theophilos, and it means friend of God. You know that because you said it already.
Right. Yeah, I've always wondered if Luke used that word um, in his as the intro to both of his books um, as because it was an individual that was named like that, or he was doing it for posterity
No,
for the
it is a name, and it was somebody that was called Theophilos, but that is not an accident for the Bible. God uses even our names. So Theophilos does mean friend of God, but it is a distinct person. It's his name.
I have never been able to get a
I'll
clear.
give you another one, which is not in the Bible, but it exists in the history of Christianity. Theodora. Have you heard of that name? Theodora?
No, I have not that I can recall.
Theodore.
Right.
Okay?
Um.
It means gift of God. Theo Doro. Gift. Gift of God is the name Theodore.
I got you. I got you.
And in female, it is Theodora.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna suggest a couple because you guys we talked a little bit about this in this panel. I'm just gonna suggest a couple of two or three documentaries that I think are excellent and that I think that would help any Christian to understand better how we've gotten where we've gotten with the word, how the word has developed over the millennia, okay, and how it has come to be. And I think that if it personally, history to me is such an important thing to be for me to be able to understand the context of anything that I look into, right? For me, it's very important to know how that particular thing came to be in the historical sense.
Okay,
Um,
okay. Write them in chat. It will allow you to have the names, but not the links.
right, right. That's all. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to
And
send it so that it would be in the record of this particular panel.
okay, I wanna finish with double letters because it is very quick, and I think it can take me like less than 10 minutes to just point them out.
Go
So
right ahead. Go right ahead. I'll stay
I
with
would
you and I'll
like,
listen to you.
yeah, I would just want to keep this within this video so we can proceed with different things on the next one. So I'm gonna share the screen again and go here. Oh, it's already 2 a.m. here. I have to feed dogs. Anyway, uh,
Listen, listen. If you have things to do, Achilles, go right ahead because like I said, I'm just today. I was just jumping in because I
yeah,
mean, you know how I love you guys.
let me, yeah, yeah. And you're good in this class, well needed and much appreciated. So I will just delete these. And by delete, I mean I'm just gonna move my bar somewhere else. And I'm gonna add here that we already said that we use this. I just wanna have it in the same video. That's all. We already used this. I'm actually gonna use another font for all of it. I mean, and get out of here. How about this one? It's okay. It's okay. So, um, oh my God, my brain farts at this hour. So this is your English B, MP is your English B, and then we have or
I wanted to ask you a question.
yeah, but that way I'm not gonna finish. Give me a second, brother.
No problem.
We're gonna have probably a show right after. I'm not sure. I heard the beep. Who is that? Looks like I can see. Let me see. It's Damian. Hello, Damian. Hello. You're muted. No, you're not on our side. Okay, I will just continue here. I'll make this bigger and make this bigger. And which other one is there? I mean, let's remember. Okay, yeah, it's the D. It's your English D. I'm gonna make this smaller now. Your English D, which is N and T make the sound D. D. Here we have two gammas together and they create the G. But the same can be achieved by a gamma and a kappa. So G is like G, and it's like your letter G, but not the way it's spelled in the alphabet, but how you will find it used. Um, I'm trying now to pick up a word that includes it. Uh, Gomorrah. Thank
Gutter,
you.
gutter.
Okay, exactly. So in order to do that voice, the G comes from these two letters or these two letters. So uh, you know this word, all right? I think this is a V, right?
Right.
You know this word, but this is a very important word, and they are purposefully replacing it with an N. And the reason they are doing that is to hide the truth about this word. The correct spelling of this word should be this. Sorry, Evangelion. Evangelion and Evangelion sound the same. But do you know what this means? The word.
Well, that means gospel, right?
Exactly. Do you know why it means gospel? I will show you why right now.
Good news.
Exactly. Because this word right here is the word news. It comes from the
Uh,
word agelia, which means news. Um,
Now, why would there be an attempt to do some type of?
this is Satan's world. That's why. Oh my God. So the word is agelia. I want to put it closer and I'll do that with kerning, right? No. Tracking. Oh my God. No. I didn't want you saving my project right now. I think no, it's this one. Come on, which one is it? It's not the shift. Is it the leading? Oh my God! So maybe if I only get this one and I just shorten it, what is going on here? This should work. This should work, but it doesn't. I just wanted to bring it closer to, but it won't do me the favor. Anyway, it is the same word. Okay, and it means good news because this would be the other one that we would add as double letters here um, concerning the consonants. It is the B, the D, and the G, what you know as G, but as we said, Gomorrah, G.
Mhm.
But we also have it for some um, vowels. One of them is the ev, and if you see it somewhere, it usually means. I have to make this much smaller because I have much to write in this one. It means good. Like whenever you see the ev, it means good, and it's pronounced e v
Yeah, I noticed that there's a
or e f. So give me a second, brother. Let me complete the thought. Um, when you see these two letters together, the rule is that it means good, and it is pronounced as EV or EF, which is EV or F.
hmm,
Now, this is interesting because this is the name of what you know as Eve. Her Greek name is actually Eva. So this could say good alpha because I can't make any word with one letter.
that is an interesting that is an interesting peculiarity of that of Greek, that it says that, because that actually kind of um, that kind of corresponds with the prophecy about the woman that comes later. If it says, if that word in Greek means good alpha, it's a very interesting thing.
It just popped in my head. I'm not sure, but I am sure about the Evangelion, and I know that because famous Satanist died recently, and he was a singer, and how do you call the man that creates music but not singing? Has to
Writer,
do. Oh, no, no, creates the music like
composer.
like an orchestra composer. Yes, he was a famous composer, and he only released one album in his life, and the title of the album is 666.
Hmm.
uh, and the band that he created was called Aphrodite's Child. But we will leave mythology and why Aphrodite is Venus, and it is a representation of Satan because of the planet Venus, and that it's hell, and it's a lot of other things that connect to the whole story. But we will leave that for the mythology class, which I just realized we should have one of those later down the road. But he, although the name is Vagelis, the Greek name Vagelis, is written as Vagelis, and the true name of that is Evangelos. Let me make this whole thing smaller. Um, so we call this name, let me just put this like this. We call this name Vagelis for short. Okay, but the true name is Evangelos, and it means good news. So when you have a Satanist changing his name to write it with an N, you understand that he is doing it because he is against the gospel and he doesn't want the word gospel to exist in his name.
Hmm.
That's, so um, I from that I understand that that's exactly the reason why they've done the same in English, because there is no other reason why you should change this word to that word. Why? There's absolutely no reason to change it. This is the true word. In Greek, I will show you how it's written. Uh,
There's actually a very, very clear explanation for a lot of this, but I believe that the Lord has recently revealed that to me, and I cannot wait to discuss that with you and some of the other folks in this panels because it's gonna be something else when we talk about that.
we'll do that because you have already raised like 10 different places of changes, and I do want to address them. Um, but for now, I think I'm actually done. Although I feel like a little bit of a pressure from time, and I might have forgotten a double letter. But if I have, I
I
will.
just wanted to ask you a quick question
Wait,
before
wait,
you
wait,
go.
wait, 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 wait. I'm not going. But before you get to the question, I want to make sure that people watching this know that these are the double letters. They are there to create this voice that doesn't exist in the alphabet. It's the B, it's the G, it's the D. They don't exist because we have delta, we have vita. In order to create them, we use two letters. So when you see them together, these two, you will always pronounce it B. When you see these two letters together, you will always pronounce it G, which is exactly the same with G here. And when you see these letters, you will always say do, D, D, as you know as D. And when you
Hmm.
see this, there are two ways for this, and one of them is Ev in the case of Evangelion, or F in the case of Ευτυχία, which means happiness. We'll get there. Now, what I want to get to you, because we mentioned this, why is the gospel called good news?
Why
Because it
is the gospel called
called,
good news?
yes,
Okay, go ahead.
because it created a distinction for Jews that we have good news from the time of Jesus. You no longer need to rely on you keeping the old law.
That's an amazing thing that is very basic and very simple, kind of hidden, but it is very important to know
And
if
that's
we
why I hate English compared to Greek. I don't hate it, the language, but what do you get from the word gospel as it is? Do you get anything? But
right.
from the Greek alternate the Greek corresponding word, you get good news, and the good news were that you Jews no longer need to be perfect with the law. I have good news for you. That's what the apostles were doing. They were going there and they were saying, "Hello, I have good news." They weren't saying, "Hello, I have gospel." They were saying, "I have good news." Really? What are the good news? The good news are that now we have a lamb that was sacrificed for us. You no longer need to keep the law to get saved.
There's no exception in God does not have any exception of people. It this good news is
That is
good for
also
the
good
Greek
news.
and for the Jew and
Yes,
for the
yes, but I'm trying to show you how the word good news came to be. It's because it made the distinction between the old covenant to the new covenant. Like we have good news, because the bad news were that that was a very tough law to keep. But now we have good news, and the good news have a name attached to them, and it's called Jesus. This is the good news.
Amen.
The
Amen.
good news is that you, my friend, and me are no longer saved by our works. We are
Amen.
saved by the actions that somebody else did, his works, not ours.
Amen.
And another word I want to get to you, but I think we also touched it last time, is this word. If you weren't looking at the monitor when I was typing, this word,
Right. Apostle.
apostle. This comes from the Greek word apostoli, and it has been shortened to apostle. But apostoli means mission. So an apostle is someone who is under a mission, what we would call a missionary.
Hmm.
So it's an important word too. We mentioned it on a show like a couple of days ago where we were talking if there are still apostles,
Right.
and we stated that there will be apostles by until the end of time because we are under a mission to spread the gospel. So the word apostle and the word gospel are closely related because whoever is sharing the good news of salvation that it is not of works, but it is of the works of Jesus, and all we need to do is have faith in him, and it is of faith, as the book of Ephesians is telling us, among other places. So we become apostles when we are actually sharing the good news.
It's amazing how God works. For a long time, like I told you, I wanted to learn how to read and write and understand Greek, but I never had a resource that would. It always seemed a lot more difficult than it really is because I had no resources to help me. However, in my prayers, I always thought, man, Father, it would be great if you sent some angel, some member of your family to help me with this particular issue because um, more than anything else, I recognize that someone that is fluent in Greek is going to be much more capable than any teacher that which that tries to teach Greek as a second language. It
I'm
would
honored.
be it
I'm
would
honored
be
to have be the one that God answered your prayers with. But indeed, if you had a teacher, he knew like the correct methods for your brain.
I mean,
He
I would have probably been able to learn it with a teacher. True.
Yeah, he threw exercise, correct exercises. I'm not that type. I haven't done this. I've only been taught.
No, no, but you're better. Actually, you're better because you actually understand a lot more of the
Gospel.
nuances of the language than someone that basically learns it and then teaches it. In my opinion. So we'll see. But I think that I cannot wait to get into some additional discussions about the gospel
We
with
will, we
you
will, we will,
with you as a resource.
we will. Please, as you are during your days, when one of them pops in your head, please write it. So when we do discuss that, you will have them all written down. Like in a week, you might have like a different 20 stuff that you had a question with, and we can go to the Greek like this and analyze them.
Right.
Because we might say, like, I might start that show for a day, that they will not be coming in your head
No,
every
no,
time.
absolutely, absolutely. That
Every
that's gonna
time.
be that's gonna be the case. Whenever I engage you in this type of study that I'm talking about, I will have the material already
Pick
prepared
up your
for you.
phone. Yeah, you might like be, I don't know, in the toilet and it hits you. Like pick up your phone at that moment and write that word down so you remember to address it when we talk.
Right. That
One
on the bottom here where it's EY um hyphen, I believe. I can't remember what that is. A
where
and on the bottom of the page here,
hmm
the
left or right?
EI on the left next to the D. That's a gamma, right?
Where?
That's a gamma, right?
Well,
The Y
you said left. On the left, I see
on my
apostle.
left, on my left, on my left, all the way down next to the D for Damien.
So that's right. What do you mean on your left? We're not reversed.
Okay, well, I mean, just in case.
So
Uh,
it's right. Oh, you're messing my head. It's already late for me, and it's messing. I'm
You're
like,
funny.
what?
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy too. I get you. Look, where that E and the Y, okay, that's a
Okay.
Y, but you're actually using the Y to represent gamma, right?
No, it's the font that makes it look like that. Thank you for saying
V.
that. It's a V, it's an Y, it's an E.
Oh, okay, okay, I got it now.
Thank you for clearing that out. I will go here and change the font and make this closer to that one. Which font is that? It's the myriad here and here. What? It has to do, yeah, there it is. So it is an Y.
I
Now,
got
may
you.
I, may I ask you or Damian, who is still in the room, give me a second.
Hi.
To, hello, brother.
Hi. God
I,
bless you.
God bless you too. I was saying hi when I got you in the room, but you weren't speaking. Were you at least? Were you listening? You heard me
Yes,
say
I
hi.
listening. My internet is slow. I didn't hear you first time.
Okay. So can hip hop read the Greek for apostle?
Apostol. Last letter, I don't know. Apostol.
Very good. The last letter you will have to go to the first class, which is the E, and
E. Apostoli.
apost
Apostoli.
apostoli. Now, this I wasn't
Oh,
writing. I wasn't
sorry.
writing. It's
Can I
okay.
say something? Can I
Yes.
say something? My native language is Croatian.
Okay.
I see similarity. You say Greek is how you wrote, you pronounce.
Yes. Fun.
Semi phonetically, yes.
Yes.
Same language is my
Yes.
phonetical.
First off, hello, brother from Croatia. You are actually in Croatia?
Yes.
Okay, so we are neighbors. I'm in Greece.
Yes. Yes.
Neighbors and brothers in Orthodoxy. Right?
No, I'm a Latin Catholic.
Okay, but the countries are brotherly.
Yes. Yes.
Serbia and Croatia and Greece are like tied up
Yes.
together in Christianity.
Yes.
So let me point
We
out here.
have apostolic succession.
Yes, and I forgot that, and I just wanted to say something about our countries, but I completely forgot it right now. So let me just say here that the exact the translation of apostle is apostolos. We're gonna get to what the os and the e differ. They are. This is female and this is male. And apostoli is the mission, but apostolos is the apostle, or what we would call missionary. The word for that is apostolos, but it comes from the word apostoli. Now, if I were to say the female apostle, it still is a male word used, but this is not always the case. So a female apostle would still be apostolos, because it would get confusing with the mission, which is apostoli. But if we could have a female form, it will be with an eta at the end. But this is completely other discussion. It's gonna come later. So the word apostle is apostolos. Hip hop, can you read for me the original for this one? I don't want to say what it is.
Which
Gospel.
one?
This one, the word that I have highlighted.
I can't see. Okay, okay, there it is. Which uh, which one? That sticks?
What are
Mm,
you saying? Sticks?
I'm sorry. I'm seeing a lot of different screens. Let me see. Let me go to. Let me go. Okay, now I see it. I'm sorry. My bad. Which one?
The word that I have highlighted. Let me change color for you.
Okay.
I'll make it blue. Only half of it. Okay, that one though. Is blue okay, or should I make another? I don't know. Give you another a green here. This looks good. So this word, can you pronounce it for me?
Okay. Let me try. Uh, okay. Aelia, something like that. I'm
First
sorry.
off, mistake number. Don't be sorry. Mistake number one. The emphasis is on the e at the end. So you said agelia.
Something like that.
It should be whatever it is here. Then you say lia because the
Leah.
emphasis is on the iota here. So what the second mistake is that when you see these two letters together, which I can't highlight now because they were on the back, when you see these two letters together, which
Hmm.
I will try to make the same color, but it's very hard to find the exact match, but I will try. So when you see these two together, what is it? It's
G.
a
The G.
bravo.
G.
G.
So how do you spell this? No, not spell, pronounce.
Uh, Agaia. Agalia.
Perfect. With one small mistake, the emphasis.
Can I
Okay. The
try?
emphasis.
Try, brother.
Agelia.
No, because on lesson one, we talked about this line up here over the eye. Let me put a small circle so you know.
Agelia.
I-
Agelia.
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 And
Agelia.
let me, yes, and the reason is I want to explain it to you too. No, that was the fill. I'm sorry. I want a stroke here, and it has to be red, maybe. Oh my God. Uh, solid. So it also needs to be much, much thinner, so I can make it much, much smaller. But we're talking about real smaller. So
While
this,
you're
I
doing
think
that, Damien, and for everybody else in this group, I did put the names of the 3 documentaries that I found exceptionally good in explaining a lot of hazy history around Christianity. And like I said, the reason I bring these up is because to me, history helps me understand how we have gotten to where we are.
thanks.
and
Thanks.
it is important because there is one world and it has one history. So if you know the truth about the history, it is important. It's not about something about of another world or anything like that. It is our history, so it matters.
Well, I find that history is difficult to. I mean, um, it's important to explain truth or to establish truth.
It
Okay,
is.
and it's
God
a
is
lot
God
and
is the
it's a lot
truth.
more difficult and it's a lot more difficult for people to manipulate history than it is a lot of other things like culture or writings or things like that
This is.
because
Can you please write on the notepad that we said you will begin? Please write the word history there because there is a misconception about history that I want to clear out. People say that it's his story. It's wrong because the Greek word for it is historia, and it doesn't mean that it's a his. It doesn't imply any males. So just because in English it's written as his story, some people say that it's the story that men wrote, and that is proven by the word. That is completely false because in
okay,
Greek,
Achilles. Okay, Achilles, you're going a little bit over the top here, sir.
no need, yeah, no need to write it. Anyway, let's
Just
just
playing, just playing with you, just playing with you.
yeah, let me stick to the error here so you guys understand it. And
Can I
Damian,
I'm
can
please.
going to
I
I'm going to I'm going to have to leave you guys because I'm super tied up today. But again, a wonderful time. Did you have something that you wanted to say, Damien, while I was here?
yes, I want to back on Galia. Uh,
Okay, I need
A,
to.
A is short, E is long. Angelia. E,
Uh,
Very
I-
nice to meet you. If you're
uh,
Greek, an additional resource is always welcome.
no,
And
he's Croatian, but that's okay.
oh,
He-
Croatian. Oh,
yes,
Croatian. Okay, I got it. I'm sorry.
he's learning like you. So, brother Damian, um, when you see this over a letter, the emphasis will always
yes,
be on the.
emphasis, yes, emphasis.
It's on that letter. So, can you read it now?
Angelia, Lia,
Exactly.
Angelia,
Agelia.
Ange, Angelia. Aha,
Agelia.
aha, Peach, E,
It
Angelia.
yes, it means announcement. It means news. Agelia.
Uh,
So, can you do the
okay,
same? So,
I get it.
okay.
Greek,
So,
Greek, Greek also love to correct, how to say, uh, emphasis. My language don't pay attention on emphasis.
okay. And we get to understand the emphasis by knowing the word. But in Greek, there are specific ways, if you didn't know the word, to pronounce it correctly. And this is the way to do it. You have that little line there, which is called tonos, which means tense. It is the exact, but anyway. So we also said that the E with a Y next to it, which is an E and an E, they get pronounced EV, which is EV, or EF, which is EF. So in this case that we have here, it is a V. So this is actually the separation, but I have it as one word because it is one word. Now, after you managed to read this word, can you manage to read this word?
Evangelio. Evangelio.
No, it was perfect.
Evangelio.
It was perfect. Evangelio. Because the
Evangelio.
emphasis, I will take it from here too and put it over there. It's on the E. It's not on the iota as it is here. It is on the E. So to read that one, we say Evangelio. So we have here this, which I will change letter and make it like that maybe. Okay, and then I will change the letter here to have it again something similar. I will try. This is that, and it's pronounced Ev. And then you have the second two letters together, which we have here, and I will make those letters the same as in Agelia. And I will use again the green. Okay, so this is this, and this is that. So I mean that. So we have the G, because as Gomorrah, we have the G here. Let me just change that into this again too. Make it like that. So we have the G, and we have the Ev. So this is Evangelio. Now in ancient Greek, Koine Greek, it just has an N, and it is Evangelion. And that's where the word is coming from in English, which they've changed into Evangelion, which doesn't make any sense because Angelion doesn't mean anything. But Evangelion would mean something, and that would be to be the exact same with the Greek, and it means gospel. It means the good news. So I think we should sum it up because there are no other double letters that you should know. These are the ones. We touched, we had a very long intro on the vowels again, even though it was on the previous class. And then we touched on the categories of consonants, but it doesn't even matter about the categories. It's not like it's very important for you to be able to read it. What matters is the voice that comes out from each letter. And we had those up here. And we know now, summing up the class, we know that this is alpha, this is not beta, this is vita. If we wanted it beta, we need to have two different letters, and you remember where that is? It is here. Oh, no, it's not here. It is somewhere where I must find it now. It's here. So we have alpha, vita, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mi, ni, xi, kappa, and sigma, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, and omega. And I need to add one more, which is the g. Um, I'll do this next
Can
time. This
can you
board needs the g
can you
too.
can
Yeah.
you move message or the hip hop? Uh, I like to try pronounce letters. I don't see
Yeah.
last road of letters.
Okay. Now we'll then present the screen again and go there and go ahead.
Alpha,
Right?
beta, gamma.
No. Maybe you weren't here at the beginning. You can watch this video from the start until you made it in there. I picked this up from the internet. The
Yeah,
second line is not exactly correct because
re-
because first off the beta it's been written as
uh,
beta and this is not right. It is vita v.
Vita,
Yes,
Vita.
and and what you need to remember is that the way their names sound reveal what the letter actually does. So, for example, alpha reveals that it's the voice a. Vita reveals that it is the voice v. If we wanted it to be the voice b, then we have to go down here and add two letters to make it a B. It's an M and a P to make the B sound. But on its
Uh,
own, it is
Cy- Cy- uh,
Vita.
Cyrillic alphabet preserve B letter like V pronunciation.
Good, good. So go
Latin
ahead.
Latin B like B.
Okay, then gamma, this is wrong again because to make the gamma, we are adding two letters to do it. It is either gamma plus gamma or it's gamma plus kappa. That
Rama,
creates, yeah, that
Rama,
creates yes, gamma is the correct way to say
Rama.
this.
Uh-huh.
Gamma,
Rama,
yes,
Rama.
yes.
Okay. Delta,
No,
epsilon, ne?
the epsilon, you got it right, but the delta, again, it's one. Where do I have that? Here, you see the delta as d. Let me disable the other ones and just get this. So D as delta needs two letters, the N and the T, ni, T. That creates the D. So the letter by itself is delta. If you wanted it delta,
Repeat,
you need,
repeat, repeat, repeat.
okay. If you want delta, you need to add two letters. It's the N, which is this one, and the T. That creates the D sound, these two together. So that's why I said earlier that this is not delta, it's velta. Velta.
Velta, Velta,
Velta. Go ahead.
Velta. That means second and fourth letters are Velta. Two V.
The second one is V. The third
Yes,
one is gamma, gamma, not gamma, gamma.
Rama, Velta,
Yes. Proceed.
Epsilon,
Yes.
Zeta,
No.
Zeta,
Zeta.
Zeta, Zeta, Eta, Theta.
No, 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 no. If you want to do this, don't read what it says below. Don't read what it says below. Try with if you go back to the vowels, lesson one. This is the E. Keep in mind again, this is a key. This is very important. The way their names sound reveals the voice that they are from the first letter. So we have alpha. We have
Alpha,
vita,
Vita,
gamma,
Ramma, Ramma,
delta. Yes, delta,
Delta,
epsilon,
Epsilon,
zeta.
Zeta,
Yes, and then you delete the z and you go eta.
Eta. Eta.
Eta. Yes.
You,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
next will be Theta. No?
Theta.
Repeat.
Phi. Th. Phi. Phi. Phi.
T. Theta.
Not
Theta.
T, not T. You need to add, make it a little bit fatter T, like a Thi, as we say Theodore, Theodore,
Theodore.
Theta.
Ooh, that's hard for me. I can't.
Okay. I hope people got it though. Then we have, go ahead.
Iota,
Yes,
Kappa,
yes,
Lambda,
yes,
Mi,
yes,
Ni,
yes.
Xi,
Perfect.
Omicron,
Yes,
Pi,
yes.
Rho,
Very nice. Yeah,
Sigma,
yes.
Tau,
Tough,
Tough,
yes.
Tough.
And what matters?
Sound like English tough, like firm, tough.
Yeah,
Tough.
and that's actually good. I'm gonna write this over there. I will write the word tough so people know how to say that right. But again, remember that all those that you have read so far reveal their voice if you find them. So it's t. So it's called tough.
Tough. Okay. Can I proceed? Continue.
Yeah. Yes.
Epsilon,
Yes. That reveals that it is an e because
E.
it is epsilon.
Epsilon. Epsilon.
So
I must emphasize. Do I must emphasize first letter, first voice, first
no,
sound?
no, I am doing that. I'm pulling it a little more for you to
Uh-huh.
see that every name actually reveals the voice that comes out of the letter from the first letter of the name. So epsilon,
Okay. Epsilon.
omicron.
Uh,
Yeah,
Omicron.
yeah. I'm just.
Omicron.
It reveals the voice.
Okay.
So yes, next.
Phi,
Yes.
Xi,
Nope. It's not
no
like
Xi.
it's not like the English. It is he. He.
He.
Yes. Yes.
He. Opposite to she. He.
Yeah. So the next one might be tough.
Psi.
No, it's actually written correctly. Psi. That's what it is. Psi. Yes.
Because for me maybe that letter is easy. I'm not native English. My English is not native
Yes.
English.
Yes. For English,
E-
they get hard.
the-
It's hard.
but I have a difficulty with theta. Okay, I last letter omega.
Yes. Omega. And just to add that here that you see Omicron, the word micron, you might know it, as we say micro, means small. So this is the small o, and this is the mega o. Just so you know, it's another something important about the Greek. This is the omega, and this is the omicron. God said he is the alpha and he is the omega.
Yes.
So I think
I want to try one more time and then we'll continue. Theodore, theta.
not exactly less T. Add less T to your mix and make it Theodore.
Theodore.
Theo.
Theo.
Theodore. Yeah, th. Okay.
Th.
Yes. Less T.
Theta.
less T in the mix.
Uh,
Yes.
um, you want to say like small O, Omicron, like theta is small t, tough is hard t.
Okay, I might accept that, but for me, it's w- a
Theta.
completely different letter. I think not only should we stop this now because it is already at 3 hours and 15 minutes, but I do also had to feed dogs around like 1 hour and a half ago, and they are barking at me. So I kind of have to stop and should end this here. I think that with today's class and the one before it, you will be able to read what you see. And next class, we can go a little bit deeper into some combination of words because when it comes to letters, that was it, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
It is different, but it's not that hard.
Thank you. When is something good, you don't pay attention on time. That is
Uh,
a good lesson. I enjoy. I
Uh,
well
thank you, brother. You've helped me a lot too. You all have a different background, and you understand it a little bit easier than Americans because the English is way far. So you also helped a lot those who are watching to hear a different culture, um, how they would spell it. I think we have arrived to the correct ones.
I hear from foreigners that my language is logical. It seems like Greek also logical.
Your pronunciation sounds a lot like a Greek guy's. Yes, a lot.
Just one more time, and then we can end it. Uh, theta, theta.
No, I must find another word for you
Uh-huh.
that to help
Okay,
you.
yeah, that is trouble for me.
Okay. One letter out of 24, I think, is good enough to have trouble with. It's good. It could be worse. I'm trying to think of a word. Uh, theory.
Theory. Yeah,
No, it's not. It's not theory. It's theory. This again is a Greek word. It's
uh,
theoria.
Theoria. Like
The-
uh, uh, how I hear F. I hear F.
Mhm.
Did I hear F in
No, theory. Theory.
theory? Theo- maybe I make mouth like I won't pronounce F, but I pronounce T. Just a
Oh,
minute.
oh, yeah, okay. You should find some words that have it and practice on those. Like
Okay.
I know that Croatia is a beautiful country, but it
Yes.
doesn't have thalassa.
Yes. We don't have a second T like.
No, I mean, do you have a C
Yeah.
at your?
Yes. We have C. We have C.
Okay, I thought it was a little bit further in. So the C is in Greek thalassa. Thalassa. It is a theta and it's thalassa. I actually now which reminds me that the S can
Ye-
actually
ye- Can I? Yes. Theta.
yeah.
Theta. Theta. Uh, y-
Okay, okay. We're not. We can't spend like time
Okay. Okay. Thank
doing
you.
that
Thank you.
a lot.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
okay.
Thank
But
you.
imagine trying to practice that with everyone, and I say no theta, you say theta, theta, and this is with microphones a little bit very hard to get across.
Is it
So
similar to C, like Caesar, Caesar? Tsar?
um, no, I mentioned the C to tell
Uh,
you that the Greek word for it is thalassa.
Tsar.
Um, so in
Uh,
the best one that I have from English is theory, but I don't have
is it similar to like I think that word is Japanese, tsunami, like
no.
first
This is
tsunami.
no. This is a T and an S. Ts. So I would I
Okay,
would I
okay,
would
okay.
I
Thank
would
you, thank you,
I
thank you.
I
God
would
bless you.
listen,
I
brother.
don't.
Uh,
Yeah,
try in your language to find a word that has this inside it, and that will help you. I can find you one from English, which is theory, the theory of evolution, the theory, I mean, the lie of evolution, but anyway, the theory of everything. That's the the
think,
one, the one.
T,
Yes, think,
T, T,
think,
T,
think.
T,
How do you say think? Do you say think?
think, T, T.
Thi.
Oh, oh, okay.
Forget the T.
Can you say Greek word on with T you
With a
just mentioned?
with a T.
Yes.
A Greek word would be
You
toxo.
just say uh,
Toxo. Toxo
talks.
is the arrow. Oh,
No.
lying. It's the bow, not the arrow.
After you say theory, theory. You say
Theory. Theory. You're
you
getting better. You're getting
you
closer.
say
Theory.
yes. You say another word with T, but
With
not English. With Greek.
with T or with the one that you can't pronounce, the thi.
Then you ask me, did that word exist in my language? I
Uh-huh.
just repeat me that word to write to practice.
From Greek, I can tell you another one, which is theos, which is God. Theos. It is written with theta, epsilon, omicron, sigma. Theos.
Theos. Uh,
So
uh, 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 Theos
all
on Greek. Theos
the,
on Theos. Theos in
theos.
Greek.
Yes, God.
Deus in Latin.
Yes, but they also take that from Dias, which is Zeus, and I don't like it much. I don't like Latin. I'm glad they died. Um, Theos. So all praise to him for this class too.
Yes.
And I hope to see you on the next one, my brother.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna end this. It's 3 hours and 23 minutes. It's exactly, I think, the same time with last stream.
Cool.
So, okay. I hope everybody enjoyed this as much as I did. It would be better for me to have it earlier so the teacher is not so tired. But if I had it earlier, it would be late for those in the United States, and that would make the students being tired. So I decided that it's better for the teacher to be tired than the students, and they won't be able to absorb the information. So I think we're gonna make this once per week. So today was Saturday. We're gonna do this again maybe next Saturday, unless I don't have something better to do, where I'm gonna do it earlier. So next class will be 103. I have no idea what I'm gonna put in there. I
Uh,
maybe a
Make
summary of what we
put
did so far.
put notification.
Yes, of course. Nice to finally hear from you, Damian, and thank you for your blessings on every stream that we do. You're always in the chat. Big thank you, my brother, from me and the rest in the ministry.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you in the room every time you can.
God bless you. Bye.
God bless you too, my friend. God
Bye.
bless all the viewers. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the class. Let me do the right sound. Class dismissed. You can all go home. Have a great one. Good night to all.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
brother.